Hey, hi, I'm Chris. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. Every day I do a vlog and I'm doing one for 1,000 days, guys. Yep, 1,000 days. So if you're not subscribed, a subscribe would be absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. You know, I've been thinking about if I could go back in time and change one moment, what would I do? What would you do? Very often it's about people we meet, not places we go to. Oh my goodness, yeah. If only I never had the misfortune of bumping into... There's probably a few people in my life. And you've probably got a few people in your life that you wish you'd never met. And it's tough to say that, but it's true. It is true. There are people in your life that have changed your trajectory in a different way. Had an impact on you emotionally, financially, physically, and it's derailed you somewhat and maybe made them a success on your coattails. Maybe that's true. So for me, yeah, it's not about a place that has changed my trajectory. It's about people who've had an impact. Now, there have been several people that have I stood on the shoulders of giants and they've made me and lifted me up and made me a better person. But there are people that have taken away. And they've taken away in a very horrible way. I can only reflect on my past and think about how they've taken things off me in terms of my ability to succeed, just to make their very small, tiny lives so much better. And how do you carry on knowing that? How can you do that? Well, I think you have to just park it. You almost have to say to yourself it's invisible, and say to yourself they're not going to have the impact on your life that they want to have. I think that takes strength. So for me, I look back on my life and I think there's a couple of people that I wish I'd never met. Sounds horrible. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to mention them here, because it really would give them the joy and the light that they probably want and like. But they know who they are, and they're probably watching me on YouTube. And I just feel, by putting a spotlight on there and putting this out there, it just says that I'm not the only one, you're not the only one to have this happen in your life too. Now, we've all seen the Back to the Future movies, haven't we? If only we could go back in time. But in changing that, would it make our lives any better? Well, part of me says I think it would. Part of me says if I were to go back and make a different decision, I think my life would be a lot better. But there are people who have taken from me, taken the essence of who Chris is, and just robbed me of the possibility of being a different Chris. Am I a better Chris because of what's happened? Maybe, but we'll never know that, will we? But changing one moment in my life, going back, it would be not to have a connection with probably a couple of people. That would be so much nicer. My life would be so much better. But what would you do if you could go back in time? Where would you go? What would happen? Who would you avoid seeing? Where would you avoid going? What would you avoid happening? I'd be interested in your comments. It's funny, isn't it? Time is linear. I keep talking about that, and we can only go in one direction. So we make a decision and we just go with that. Go with that we must. So I'm somebody that is an optimist. I try not to reflect too much on the past and always look forward if I can. By looking forward, it just gives you the possibility of having a better tomorrow. I think we all think there are times in our lives where we could avoid people and not have that connection. Our lives may be somewhat better. Hello guys, how you doing? Lovely dog, by the way. Oh, thank you. Cheers. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? We meet people along the road and walking our dogs. It's great. So just to wrap up, yeah, I'd probably avoid meeting, say, 2 people. That would be wonderful. My life would have been so much different. It would have played out so much better. And would I probably been happier? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, on that note, Who would you avoid? Where would you avoid? What would you avoid? Your comments below, I'd really be interested in that. As always, this is a daily vlog and I'll be back tomorrow. See you then, bye now.